Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Y'all know how it is, you know how it go. The flow is tight, yeah, we get it right. Sometimes we have to hold on for all our might, and I know that the night comes, but when the day comes, we do it on a Saturday, we do it our way. I stay at the telly at the West End, but when I get out of there, I know I'm gonna be the best in this whole place. Ain't nobody coming up and taking up my space. We're going to do it and leave it without a trace. And I know that this thing is going to go the way that we take it in the way that we want to show. My name is Sun. We do this thing until it's done. I know that we are on a one. What's going on, y'all? The Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Today, I almost said tonight. I know. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about how it made you feel. How it felt when you saw their text messages to somebody else. How it felt when you saw their text messages to somebody else. Listen, man, just because you saw somebody's text messages or a letter that they wrote to somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean it was because you were snooping or that you didn't trust them or because you were looking for trouble. Sometimes it just happens. And when life happens, it can catch you off guard and just mess your whole world up. It can turn your whole emotional thing into a tailspin, and it can have you going crazy. Especially when you saw something by mistake and you really didn't want to look at the person that you love or had feelings for or who are involved with. You didn't want to see them in that light. That's not what you were going for. That's not what you were trying to do. You may have prided yourself on being the type of person that, you know, doesn't make unfair judgments about people until they show you that they don't have the ability to be trusted, that they move without integrity. So sometimes you can actually feel guilty about seeing something that is really tearing you up inside, because you may try to keep it inside. You may try not to express how you feel towards the person whose text messages that you saw, but you can't unsee what you see, you can't unknow what you know, and you can't unfeel how you feel. But it's gonna be all right some kind of way. It's gonna be all right, but will it for real? Well, that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that y'all here. I hope that you're coming here and just be here for another hour and a half. On this, I don't know where it is or how it is, wherever you are, wherever you looking at this show from. But over here in Philly, it looks like it's going to rain today. It's overcast. It's warm. The temperatures are going back up. We had a little bit of relief the past couple of days. Yeah, the past couple of days, we had a little bit of relief, just a little. In other words, it came from out of the 90s into the 70s, into the 80s, so we could live a little bit. This heat wave has been crazy. And, you know, with the weather being really hot, it can put you in an irritable state. It can put you into the type of mood where you can easily be angered, easily be triggered. Things can happen, bad memories of things. You can be reminded of why you separated from somebody, or why you don't want to deal with anybody anymore, or like other frustrations from the past can start to creep in when the heat starts to keep creeping. I don't know what it is about the heat. But it definitely, maybe it's because how uncomfortable it can be to be in the heat, and you know you can't really dress as well for the heat as you can for the wintertime. For the cold, you can put on layers, you can put on jackets and coats and scarves and gloves and hats and stuff like that and protect yourself. But when it comes to the summer heat, you can be out there butt naked and all you want to do is burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, yeah. So that's where we are today. And when we start talking about how it made you feel when you saw their text messages to somebody else, it doesn't necessarily have to be your lover. It doesn't necessarily have to be your man or your woman. It doesn't necessarily have to be your spouse, your husband or your wife. It could have been your children. Maybe you saw your children were falling victim to dealing with people that aren't healthy for their psyche. You know, maybe they had stopped being friends with some people who were getting them in trouble, or who were making them sad, who just weren't good for them. And you seeing, oh, they're still keeping in contact with those people, which means that you're probably going to have to deal with the fallout of them still being in contact with them, still looking for their validation, still looking for their approval with things, still looking for them to be around them, hang around them, and stuff like that. It can get to you. You know how it is when you're trying to protect your kids. I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with bullying online bullying. Well, when you see a child of yours, your kids, your babies being bullied online and almost feeding into it, maybe in some instances actually causing it for themselves, because they're young and they're impressionable and they don't know any better, and this is the world that they grew up in, so they don't know the other side the way you know the other side. They don't know what life is like without the internet. They don't know what life is like without social media. Only you know that, and you're trying to impress that upon them and show them certain techniques, and they're not getting it yet, and their maturity level may not be able to receive what you are trying to send out to them. So you may see them chatting online, and you saw what they wrote, and you're like, oh no. You may have seen text messages that they wrote, and you're like, oh no. So when I think about this, I have to ask myself, what do I think is worse? And I'm going to ask y'all, what do you think is worse? Seeing somebody talking to somebody that they ain't got no business talking to, that they ain't got no business interacting with, that they ain't got no business seeing on a regular basis or any kind of basis. They all up in their face when they were supposed to be away from that person, because they would, they may have ran into trouble with that person. So they said, well, listen, I'm going to take a break from that person, or I'm not going to hang around them anymore, or I've seen them for what they really are. And you see them right back in their face. And of course, you saw them in their face and they didn't know that you were going to see them. You just happened to walk up on them or see them in whatever kind of way. So what's worse? Seeing somebody that you care about deal with somebody that they ain't supposed to be dealing with, or seeing them texting and messaging and doing things online, communicating with people that they ain't supposed to be communicating with online? What's worse to you? What's worse? Well, I'm sorry, what's worse? What's worse to you? Of course, you're probably going to say both of them are bad. Maybe you don't have a dog in that fight. Or maybe you say, it'd probably be worse if I saw them. And for you, it may be worse if you actually saw them. I think that the written word has so much power, and because people don't expect anybody else to see what they wrote, then there may be a certain type of honesty, a certain type of transparency. They may write that message with being very, very candid. I want to say candidacy. I can't say that, so I don't know if that's a word or if you can use it that way. I think candidacy is like for a candidate. So I don't know. Well, we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, they didn't expect you to see them, so the depth of what they may have written may have been for only the person that was reading it, and it may have been to garner a certain reaction from that person that they wrote it to. So whether it was a plea to them to be forgiven, or if it was an invitation for them to accept on some sexual shit, friendly shit, or whatever, it doesn't really matter if you know that person is not supposed to be dealing with that person. and here it is. You just happen to walk up on it. You know how sometimes people may come to the show and they might be like, "Yo, what did I just walk into?" Because they see me on here acting crazy. That's the same way you're gonna feel if you find text messages or inbox messages or whatever, with DMs or whatever. The written word is powerful, and nobody expects you to be able to see what they wrote to anybody else. So it's going to hit hard. It's definitely going to hit hard. But that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Son. Urban Therapy with Son. Urban Therapy with Son. That's what we are talking about today. Is Saturday. I ain't trying to be mad today, but sometimes things get on your nerves. Sometimes you gotta pull back, reverse, then to swerve. Gotta bust a U-turn. Gotta go back where you were, cause it's more safe. Not this space ain't giving me no type of grace. I feel like I'm out of here. Yo, this place is just a bad place to be, and I won't want to see your face around me. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today, on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about how it felt. How it felt when you saw their text messages to somebody else. How it felt. Have you ever seen somebody's text messages, somebody that you were involved with, somebody that you were close to, somebody that you loved, somebody that you cared for? Have you ever seen their text messages, something that they wrote to somebody else that they did not think that you would ever see? And that shit might have fucked you up for the rest of the day. It might have fucked you up for the rest of the week. You may have never looked at that person in the same way again. It happens. It happens. And it happens because you're not ready to be blindsided. That's what blindsided is all about, right? I mean, that's what being blindsided entails. It involves you being surprised by something that you didn't think that you would be surprised about. It involves interacting with something that you didn't think that you would come in contact with. And you got to deal with the fallout. You may not have to deal with what actually happened physically, but you have to deal with your physical and emotional and psychological reactions to what you said. I mean, what you saw. Your eyes see one thing, but your heart feels a whole different thing. When you read, yo, your girl got somebody's name in her phone, or you saw them interacting with somebody on their line. I mean, online or something like that. You wasn't looking for that shit. You was just doing what you do. Like, here you were, walking past the computer. Oh, you know what? Let's see who won the game last night. And you see that somebody is still signed in, and they done. And you see they DM messages or whatever. You was just going to go see if the Sixers won last night or what the stats were. Maybe you played fantasy basketball or something like that. And boom, you ran right into your girl. Talking to Big Peter Pete. Big Peter Pete. You saw your girl messaging Big Peter Pete. You ain't mean to see that shit. Her dumbass didn't sign out of her account. She evidently was sitting right there. You know what? Tell you what. Maybe she was using a computer upstairs, and because y'all have a network, it showed the DMs showed on the computer downstairs. So you wasn't to show your innocence, you wasn't even dealing with the computer that she was on. You walked past the other John where you was about to sign on, and what do you see? Big Peter Pete is talking all of this old reckless, sexy, nasty shit to your girl, and he's sending dick pics and invitations, and and you can see that this ain't the first conversation that they ever had. They talking like, oh, okay. What you gonna do now? Are you gonna go up to your girl? If she's home at the time, and you gonna call her and be like, yo, who the fuck is Big Peter Pete? Like, what you been doing? Or are you gonna play it off like, let me just see how this go? You know what I mean? Because you never know. You never know. You may be in a space where you feel guilty about seeing what you saw, and that can put you in a whole different and negative psychological and emotional state. You ain't mean to see this shit, and you feel bad about seeing it. You wasn't snooping. You wasn't going through her phone. You wasn't trying to wait till she go to sleep and put her fingerprint on to open up her phone. You wasn't doing none of that shit. You was chilling. You was chilling and ran right into you came smack dab into a damn train wreck. It ain't your fault. And you might feel bad about it. You might feel bad because maybe in your heart of hearts, you feel like people don't break other people's hearts. People break their own hearts. And they allow other people to facilitate that shit. That might be the way you feeling. That might be the way you feel. So it ain't always on some sinister, jealous, I'ma catch you, I know you doing something. Because those dudes hardly ever really find what they looking for. Those girls, I ain't gonna say they hardly ever find what they're looking for. They be finding what they're looking for, but they don't be finding what they're looking for the way they wanted to find it. So it goes down the way it goes down. Let me see, man. What y'all talking about? Let me say what's up to all my people. Stacy White coming through, holding it down for the D every day, all day. Thanks for coming through. And T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Chelsea Hit, thanks for coming through. And that's what's up. And Anonymous says, nigga fitness, I pay you $500. For what? For what? Stacy said, peace be still. You know what I mean? Talking at church. And Art of Mind 559. What's going on? He says, hey, yo, peace, God, peace to you. Peace to you, the gods and the earth. You know what I'm saying? And Blue Ridge Bubble says, that's a clean shaven beard, bro. Well, you know what? I just shaped my shit up today. Today is shave day. I do this every other day. You know what I mean? I break out the clippers, shave my shit down, line my shit up the best way I can. If it was up to me, my shit would be wide. As you can see, there might have been a time when it was, but I be trying to get it to out here. But them hairs be lazy. They be like, I don't feel like growing like that. This side actually is the more progressive side, but it is what it is. So I hook it up with the clippers, trim it down and all of that. And then I take the razor and I clean up all of this shit. So it doesn't take a long time, and it's not hard to do. Listen, I'm from Philly, but I refuse to have a Philly beard. I can't do it. I never wanted to be like that. It's summertime too, face all hot. You know what I mean? Muslims don't be telling you they face all hot. Maybe they just used to it. What's going on, Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world? Thanks for coming through, girl. And Reese says, we need a sound, sir. What kind of sound you need? What kind of sound you need? I got something. What kind of sound you need? What kind of sound you need? What kind of sound you need? What kind of sound do you? What sound do you? Sound do you need? What kind of sound do you need? I got something real special. Let's do it. Let's do it right now, since you say that you need a particular kind of sound. All right, here we go. Here we go. So what's good? Huh? Huh? You needed a sound, and you know I'm always down. No matter, I'ma deliver whenever you around. What's going on, y'all? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Moo Moo James says that's copyrighted. Is it now? Is it now? Well, I guess we had to do the poor man's copyrighted because I haven't heard it before. And if you know that a song that you think I'm biting off of, I don't think that's what you're saying though. It's all good. It's all good. Say bravo, sir. Thank you. Salute. Salute, my dude. You know what I mean? Listen, I play for you. You listen to me. By the way, y'all can call into the show. This is a totally interactive show. There's no censorship on this show. You can say whatever you want to say. In the chat, you know we have to abide by the community rules of YouTube. So if you want to, get crazy, you probably can't really curse in the chat and all of that kind of stuff. But if you call into the show, you can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't think YouTube can restrict that in any way. So if you want to call into the show, I invite you to do so. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call instead of 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. Instead of 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line instead of 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on, and do the damn, do the damn thing. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Today, we are talking about how you felt when you saw their text messages or when you saw their messages to somebody else. How did you feel? How does it feel? I mean, man, like I said, man, it could have you down in the dumps. Because have you ever been in a position? Have you ever been in a position where you don't want to give somebody that you're with or somebody that you are dealing with power to know how you really feel? So they don't even know they gave you a hard gut punch. They gave you a right. They gave you that liver punch. That shit. You know when you take a gut punch. If you was playing Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Tekken, your power meter would go from full all the way down to like damn near. You know what I mean? So when they give you that emotional gut punch, that and you just feel all of your power, all of your energy just. But you playing it off though, like shit. That shit ain't hurt. This is the way I sit. This is the way I sit. I don't know what you talking about. I'm good. Shit, I saw the text messages. That shit ain't shit. I knew all bitches ain't shit anyway. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about that shit, man. Fuck that. I got another shorty anyway, so you know what I mean? This was just something to do. I was just hanging around. It's just something to do, nigga. Nigga, you moved all of your clothes in there. Or you had her move all of her shit in there. You made extra space in your closets for her to move in. You know what I'm saying? You converted your kids' room for her to have a room for her to put her shoes in or some shit like that. You accommodated her. You made things real cushy and nice. You know, you may not have been in love for a while. Yes, you was now. Now you over here trying to deny that you was in love. Like, yeah, just because you move a bitch in, that don't mean you in love. You know what I mean? Shit, we going half on, need help with the bills. She ain't paying no bills and that shit. You footing every bill, including her phone that she texting niggas on, her hair, her nails. You got her red bottom shoe bill. You taking on extra credit cards. Letting your credit score take a hit over her. You talking about you ain't in love. You in something. You in something. Right now, emotionally, you in crisis. What up, Death Row Records? Right, he really got the Death Row symbol up there, too. So, yeah. You saw somebody's text messages to somebody else. Somebody you're involved with. Somebody that you're in love with, somebody that you care about, somebody that you feel a way about. You saw their text messages to somebody else, and you trying to play it off. You trying to suppress your own emotions. You trying to dumb down your own feelings, and it ain't working. You can't unsee what you just saw. No, if we could do it, then all y'all will be doing that shit. I unsaw what I saw first, and now I'm feeling worse. But you can't unsee it, so be it. So you gotta get to it, gotta feel it, gotta do it. And you don't like it. If it was football, you would spike it. Yo, you ain't hiking. You ain't going nowhere, but you wish that you had somewhere to go so you could do your emotional flow in a different way. But it's like this and like that. You can't get nowhere. You're up to bat, trying to hit it over the plate, trying to get it out of the park. Where your feelings are right now is dark. And you can't get a light for nothing. Still trying to play it off, still kind of fronting. Nah, baby, everything good. Everything is cool. I ain't trying to go off. I ain't trying to cut the fool. I ain't trying to make no noise. Me and my boys, we going to the strip club tonight. It's be alright. I thought some set of asses and titties could have me feeling real bad, but this feeling is still with me. And I can't get rid of it for nothing. The motherfuckers act like they a STD or something. What the fuck? Can I get some penicillin? This shit is bad. It's making me feel like willing to confront the situation, but I gotta act like I'm real cool. Everything is alright. The rules say that I should really go off, but that kind of makes me feel like a sucker who's soft, and I ain't trying to be like that. I ain't trying to be where they at. I ain't trying to be like a small gnat. I see we have a call on the line. Yes, we do. We have a caller on the line. Caller with the block number or the unknown number. I want to welcome you to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for holding. Thank you for being patient. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, son? It's Buckshot from the chat.
Bizuk Shazat, what's going on? How you feeling?
Nothing much. I'm just here on the West Coast. It's like, I don't know, 11 o'clock.
Okay. Talk to me.
I just wanted to say I woke up today not so in a good mood, but then when I heard your piano song, it really gave me a real smile.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
my
I
dude.
feel like I feel like it had a real healing effect on my soul. I'm not even joking you, man.
Listen, man, a finger piano would do so. I'm telling you, this is like my favorite instrument. That thing is because you can just create with it. You can just create with it, and the more you practice with it, the more you start finding things that you can do, and you just make original sounds. But it's actually very soothing.
Here, I got a good question. What is the story behind the beads? What are they made out of? Where'd you get them from? And why? What's the symbolism of what you put them on the viewer?
Well, I've been wearing the beads for years. That's number one. I've been wearing the beads because, well, of course, I don't have the beads on right now. For those of y'all who are new to the show, the beads that he's talking about are these beads, or these beads. Or these beads. And these are all made of cow bones. These are cow bone beads. These are not wood. These are not plastic. None of these. If you look up close, you see they shine. These are all cow bone beads. They're all authentic and they're all organic. And because I'm older. I'm a lot older than you. I'm 53. I'll be 54 next month. So I grew up as a teenager in the 80s. And in the 80s, we had a lot of struggles. We had well, as a young man growing up in the 80s, and I was a teenager all through the 80s. So there was a lot of racism, discrimination. We were dealing with even we had programs like affirmative action to kind of even out the playing field. Hip hop music was just starting to come up. People really thought it was a passing fad. The crack era, the AIDS era. So you couldn't even fuck, without dire consequences. Your life literally depended on it. And then you had the crack era where there was so much violence and so much money being made, and our communities being decimated. Not that black communities have ever been really good or non-violent, but they say that when crack came along, it made a bad situation way worse. And I can't disagree with that. But going through all of those kinds of things, there were struggles. So the reason that these necklaces are big and the reason that I still wear big chains to this day is because we wore big dookie ropes. In the 80s, that's when you start seeing the chunky gold. That's when you saw the 3 and 4 finger rings and the big gold chains and the big links. Think reference like Slick Rick or Big Daddy Kane or LL or Run DMC. Run DMC was actually the first group. It was the first time I had ever saw a big dookie rope. So when I got a chance to, y'all know hip hop took a turn to the more positive, progressive era. It was actually very short. I would say it lasted from around maybe 88, maybe 87, but no, let's say 88 to about 92. But people act like it was a long ass time, but it really wasn't. So we started wearing the beads instead of the gold because the gold was associated with stealing resources from Africa back then. There was a lot of talk about that, a lot of feelings about that. So to make a long story short, and I know I'm explaining this a lot in detail, but I mean, if you ask, you want to know. So I made these beads to symbolize the big dookie ropes. So we still in the Get Fly era, because that's what I considered the 80s to be. That was the Get Fly era. So, instead of having the little beads that I see people running around with, I wanted to duplicate some dookie ropes, but I call them struggle beads. So for all of my people that grew up in the 80s, for all of my people who were teenagers in the 80s, y'all know that we had a lot of struggles. Struggles to go to college, get a good education, get a good job, whip a nice ride, put some sounds, a box in your back, the Alpine stereo, the cassette tapes, CDs came later on that decade and all of that. So these are called struggle beads. So they symbolize the struggle of my people that struggled in the 80s but made it through. Even the ones that didn't make it through. That's what the symbolic nature of the beads that I wear on the Daily Go Getimism show are about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I wasn't born in the 80s, so I didn't experience that, but I did hear it was like during Ronald Reagan, and people were saying that they put crack on the street on purpose, like the campaign, to keep people poor and struggling.
Well, it's funny how they say that whether they put crack out on the street or not, I would love to use that excuse that, the government put the crack on the street. Guess who really put the crack on the street and I saw them do it? Us. We put the fucking crack on the street. Now, I don't know if they just dropped off a shipment of crack on Virginia Beach or one of the New York beaches, Boston beaches, whatever. But what I do know is that I never saw anybody sell crack except for us, people who look like me. I'm not giving them a pass for that because everything was done for money in the 80s. Now, they did allow shipments of cocaine to come into this country, and black people didn't have a lot to do with that. And I have to say they didn't have a lot to do with it. There was a time I would have said we didn't have nothing to do with it. We don't own any planes. Well, it turns out we did own some planes. And we received a lot of shipments. So when we think about the rapper Rick Ross, he named himself after Freeway Ricky Ross, and Freeway Ricky Ross was a national and international drug trafficker. So there goes the whole theory of we're not getting the coke into the country. Oh, yes, the fuck we were. Yes, we were. But we were prosecuted heavily for it because the penalties for powder cocaine were way less than the penalties for crack cocaine. And they knew that crack cocaine was associated with black people. So the war on drugs wasn't for powder, which was more popular with whites. It was for crack, which was more popular with blacks. So that really, really got a lot of our drug dealers locked up. But they weren't locked up for just selling drugs exclusively. There were a lot of murders that happened associated with the crack. So it's funny because I was saying there was a notorious drug gang in the 80s in Philadelphia called the JBM. If you ever saw the movie State Property, it was sort of a rendition based on JBM, and it's JBM. They say it stood for Junior Black Mafia. Some people say it stood for Just Blowing Money. But anyway, there was a leader of that gang called Aaron Jones, named Aaron Jones. And he was responsible for a lot of murders, and he got convicted for that, and he's going to be in jail forever. And they were showing pictures of him on Instagram because there's this page on Instagram called Philly Street Legends. And he had a picture of Aaron Jones, and I saw in the comments, people were like, free Aaron Jones, free Aaron Jones. I'm like, is that just something you say? Like, why would you free Aaron Jones? So he can kill your brother, your uncle, set your auntie up to get killed while she with your brother, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I don't have enough G in me to understand the motivation of certain things. But somebody always talking about free my niggas, free this one, free that one. I'm like, how about give them a lighter sentence? But I don't know about all that freedom.
Yeah, that's kind of like how some of the rappers today get pardoned on crimes, just because they have fame and money gets them off the hook sometimes.
Sometimes it doesn't work the way a lot of us thought that it worked. You know, I mean, listen, man, if you black and you commit crimes, especially violent crimes, you're not getting out of that shit. You're not getting out of it. So we have to do better. Yeah, bottom line, we got to do better. So what about
another thing I wanted to ask?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I see you drinking that. I see you drinking something every episode sometimes. What's that, and why do you drink it?
I drink it for health. I don't know about everybody else, but I've always been kind of like a hypochondriac, and I've always been concerned about my health. So I'm trying to be on this earth in a healthy way as long as possible. I stopped drinking. I don't smoke. I don't use drugs. I try not to put any negative or harmful substances in my body. I've recently given up snacks. I'm trying, I'm a kind of a big dude. I work out, but I'm not cut like I used to be. You know what I mean? These guns used to have veins all coursing through them and all of that kind of stuff. So I've given up snacks. I was on this potato chip binge for like a year or two. I've given that up. I've given up the little pastries and shit. They got these muffins that are out, these banana nut muffins, and things be melting me. But I've given all that up. I'm just trying. I mean, when you get older, I'll be 54 next month. Anything like a twisted ankle can sideline me for months. You know what I mean? So I gotta play. If I want to be able to maximize my health, I'm going to have to do the things that are necessary. So I drink my smoothies. I call this colon ream, and it has all of these things, all these vegetables and herbs in them that I think will, first of all, clean out my digestive system, which will boost my immune system, and hopefully buy me some good time on this earth, because I want to be here for my people. I want to see them accomplish things. I have things I want to accomplish too.
Does it have ginger in it?
All right, now this tea that I'm drinking, and this is a tea. This definitely has ginger in it. The tea that's in this bag. Let's see. I have dandelion root, red clover, spearmint, mullein, and ginger. And so I've taken up the practice of putting the ginger in the teapot. So all of the water is definitely, gingerified, I guess you could say. Not gentrified, but gingerified. So yeah, and ginger is very good if you have like stomach problems, digestive issues and stuff like that. It'll settle your stomach. And recently I had a little bout with some tummy issues. There's some shit going on my tummy. I don't know what it was. I had some shit going on with my tummy, so I had to do some things to get it back. So what about the topic?
Well, I appreciate the time, son.
Okay.
And I double tapped the stream, so I gave it a like, and I'll let somebody else call in now. So thanks for letting me call in from the chat.
Well, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for being down.
All right.
All right.
Have a good day. I'll go back and watch on YouTube.
All right, man. Peace. My man Buckshot coming through. If y'all would like to call in, hopefully not so much of an interview style, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we got all of that out. This show is not about me. It's about us. It's about we. This show is about we. What's going on, anti-flurry juggernaut 1428? Bonjour to you too. And also, Dimples D's is all up in the house. What up, Dimples? And BSM KHM said, I am from Lakshadweep Islands, India. Wow, really? Well, ain't that some shit? And Shaba Mensa says, freedom fighters, we fight for freedoms. Yes, we do. And let's see, Mantis Shrimp says, you ever had a dream that you had you could do so, you'll do, you could, you want them to do you so much you could do anything? Yes, I have had those dreams. How did you know? And what up, Mitchell Cole? Let me see. Shopper Mister says, "Hi, sir. I almost called you Uncle Pokey, but I remember you said that's not your name. Sorry, sir. Don't worry about it." So you probably meant Pookie. Duck Life says, "Fat ass chains as a monkey growing up in the '80s." Oh, he called me a monkey. This is the part where I should get offended. What up, Johnny West? Wait a minute, I gotta take some time out to be offended. Man, why would he say some shit like that? Man, this is crazy. I'm just trying to do something good here. How am I doing? I mean, y'all feel me? People always trolling and talking shit. Johnny West says, what's the subject today? Just got here. We talking about how it made you feel. How you felt when you saw their text messages to somebody else. So we could be talking about your girl, your wife. We could be talking about your kids. You know, if you have kids that are associating with other kids that they ain't supposed to be associating with, maybe because they tried to bully your kids, maybe they tried to influence them on some other shit, and your child told you that they was going to stop messing around, hanging around that bad element. And here you see they still trying to be down. They still trying to be in. They still looking for love and validation from their friends who are really not their friends. And you saw the text messages. How would you handle it? First of all, how you handle it is one thing. But how you handle it internally is a whole different thing. Because you can read something that somebody wrote to themselves. Reading somebody's text messages to somebody else is like reading somebody's diary. They don't expect anybody to see what they wrote except for who they wrote it to. So they may be honest and candid and transparent to a point where you're looking like, damn, there's some shit going on here. So we talking about that. How it made you feel. How does it feel to be on your own like a rolling stone? Rich Mac says, you look like, hold on, you look like a dodgy pawnbroker. Damn, a dodgy pawnbroker? Wow. 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 Johnny West says, definitely looks like the pawnbroker in Grand Theft Auto. What's Grand Theft Auto? I don't remember the pawnbroker looking like me. I don't remember that. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, I'm gonna go see. I don't remember the pawnbroker looking like that. I don't remember that. It's all good though. Yeah, man. How it makes you feel. How you felt when you saw their text messages. You know, like I said, man, it could be your kids. It could be your big brother, your little brother, whatever. Somebody that you're trying to protect. You trying to protect somebody else's feelings, and meanwhile they're reaching out to somebody else to validate them, to make them feel good, to you know, get put on by somebody that don't give a shit about them. I don't know about y'all, but for me, that's the hardest thing to watch. For somebody that you care about, look for validation from people who don't give a fuck about them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's give a little scenario. All right, let's give a little scenario. Your baby brother or your sister, they got beef. They got beef with them. Them over there. They've been bullying them. They've been talking shit about them. They've been spreading rumors about them. They've been talking about what they're going to do to them when they see them. So you went over there and handled that situation like, all right, y'all motherfuckers. You fuck these, you went in on them, laid them out, eliminated the threat. Like, yeah, you fuck with my baby brother, you fuck with my baby sister again, then you fucking with me, and I'm gonna do this every time. All right, now You done put yourself on a hot seat because they got brothers, they got uncles, they got cousins, they got friends who are willing to ride out. But you said fuck all of that. However it go is how it go. That's my baby brother. That's my baby sister. And whatever we gotta do to keep them safe, I'll do. Cause I ride for them. We like this. So you did that. Put yourself in harm's way to protect them and send a message. And what happens? A week or two later, you see a text message of them reaching out to them. Yeah, I'm sorry my brother had to, pull your eye socket out, but you know what I mean, we still cool. We still going to that flash mob thing. We still going to the movies. Y'all still wanna be my friends on PlayStation 5? And you like, I put my life on the line for you, pussy. I put my life on the line for you. And here you are trying to cohort with the enemy. You trying to rub elbows with the ops. Like, well, we friends now. We friends now. Oh, no, the fuck y'all ain't. You ain't never gonna be friends with them. It's your little bitch ass. I'm over here, giving out knots and shit, ducking shots. Them motherfuckers could have, for what I did for you, them motherfuckers could have came and wiped us all out. They know where we at. And you trying to be down. I'm saying, after you beat them up, they wanted to be friends. I guess they were scared. You ain't never gonna be friends. Now, matter of fact, if I see you fucking with them again, if I see a text message, if I see you on the corner talking to them, if I see y'all walking down the street with each other, I'm fucking you up. Everybody out. That's how it turns out. Yeah, how you felt when you saw they text messages to somebody else. So I wouldn't beat these cats up all for you to ride they dick? Are you niggas, you crazy? Oh hell no. No. They the ops and you a half-ass op. Cause you the WikiLeaks link of this family. You the rainbow sheep of this family. What you mean? What's a rainbow sheep? That's the black sheep who act like a bitch. Johnny West says, I don't go through nobody's phone and I don't want nobody going through my phone. And that's the thing. This don't have to be you going through nobody's phone. It don't have to be that way. It don't have to be that way at all. They could have been asking you to show them something, like how to do something in the settings on their phone. And while you was doing the settings, a text message could have came through. That fucking makes your heart go boom. It's not like you went into their text app and read the whole thread. Just one little message. What up, homie? So we hooking up tonight? What up, boo? I got the D coming through tonight. You can't unsee it. Yeah, you ain't mean to see it. You wasn't snooping. You are trusting the enemy. You trusting people who don't have no integrity. It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. So yeah, I don't condone nobody going through nobody's phone. I would never do that, no shit like that. And I would never let anybody do that to me. However, it has been done to me before. It has happened. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got to eat that. But you can't unsee what you saw. That's the whole thing. You can't unsee. You can't unfeel. You saw what you saw and you felt what you felt. So how you going to deal with it? How you going to deal with it? Johnny also says, you ever come home and find your house burglarized? Oh my God, have I? It's kind of the same feeling when you found somebody went through your text messages. Nah, I don't know. Nah, getting your crib robbed is worse. You know why getting your crib robbed is worse? Because number one, they didn't just like somebody go through your phone. It's a violation, but it's there are things in there that you can explain away. Somebody steal from your crib. First of all, they letting you know that they don't fear you. They will come where you stay, break in your shit. Because normally, when you come home, you already know you've been robbed before you get in the crib. You see the lock is broken on your shit, and you like, God, you don't even you don't even know if they gone. They might still be in the house. So you go in, maybe guns blazing, maybe just ready to go to war. They done stole. Now I got robbed. My crib got robbed a lot when I was at my mom's house back in the 70s and 80s, and then in the 90s in my own crib. Let's see, my apartment got robbed twice. The first time they took all of these tapes. I'm talking about cassette tapes. You know, it wasn't like the internet is now where you could find all of the music from back in the day. Nah, a lot of shit was out of print. They took all my tapes. They took all my CDs. You know, I had these high-end acoustic speakers. These shits sounded like nothing that I ever heard before or since. I cannot recover these speakers. They took all that shit. But that was the first time I got robbed. The second time, they must have been looking for money or something. They went all in my drawers and all of this. Like, I knew who robbed me the first time. It was the neighbor that lived under me, under my apartment, and they robbed me when they was leaving. They knew I was at work, and they robbed me while I was at work. And when I came home, they was gone, and my shit was gone. The second time, they stole shit that, like, the first robbery, they just stole they stole the TV, they stole the TV, they stole the stereo, they stole my tapes and CDs. The second time, tapes, CDs, stereo, they took jackets, coats, leather, you know, I always wore like fly leather coats and jackets and shit like that. They took all that shit. You know what I mean? Down jackets and gifts that people get. Jewelry, they left no stone unturned. Yeah, getting your crib robbed, that shit. That shit make you want to go to war. Okay, Buckshot says, okay, I made it here. Me, Buckshot, was commenting on a banned account, so everything I said didn't show up. Okay, all right, I got you. Info spot 411, what's good? And B Hast. Okay, granddad. Okay, grandchild. All right, Sonny. Thanks for coming through to the show. I appreciate you coming through. Please, if I stumble, please just don't do me like Joe Biden. My mouth may not be as good, but my mind is still good. I'm not dropping out of this race. Buckshot says, when someone be in your house, it's a violation of your boundaries. And that's the number one problem. They wronged you not only by stealing, but by entertaining your personal space. Oh, entering your personal space, family and home. That's a no-go. You said it all. You said it all. Johnny West says a pinch and a stab ain't the same thing, but both of them hurt. Well, I consider getting your crib robbed is definitely a stab. You're gonna bleed out. Buckshot says, I'm really sorry that happened to you about a neighbor stealing from you. That really hurts and makes you not feel safe when at home. Listen, I got robbed those 2 times. And then the third time, the other neighbor that moved in under me, he firebombed my house. I mean, he firebombed the building. It was just a triplex, 6 apartments. He firebombed the shit on Christmas Eve. Right before Christmas, like around 11 o'clock. As much as I love that apartment and I own the building, I was like, 2 things. I'm moving from this apartment. It's time for me to go. I was in there for 10 years. And I will never live close to my tenants ever again. Ever. 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 Alright. Buckshot says it's one of those 10 commandments. Actually breaking 2 commandments. Stacey White says it's sad when you know it's an inside job. Yeah. First of all, when your crib gets robbed, it has an effect on how safe you feel. You don't know. Because it feels like they don't fear you. They don't, they ain't worried about you. Yeah, you big and bad and everything, but they don't give a fuck. They don't have no problem violating your shit. They took from you. And, in your mind, you picture them somewhere laughing, divvying up your shit, selling your shit. Like, in my mind, I can just hear them playing all my tapes and CDs. Like, damn, he had all the jams. And I did. I had tapes and CDs like a DJ would. Oh, they took the vinyl too. They took my vinyl, dog. They took my records. Records. He says, oh no, that apartment situation sounds awful. I'm glad you moved on. Yeah. It was a dope apartment though. And well, I think it was dope because it was on the corner. I could see all the way. The view was like awesome. It was really, really awesome. And it was my first spot. I moved in there July 19th, 1989, and I had to move Christmas Eve, 1999. When I say 10 years, I mean 10 years. Look, she says, oh no, okay, wait. She says, was I a good caller today? I tried to keep it related to this show with the subjects I chose to ask about. It was a very good call. Very, very good call. Info Spot 411 says, do you feel people should have the right to sell the right who they vote for? Wait a minute. Like me putting up an eBay that I will vote for Trump or Biden to the highest bidder? I don't know. You know what? I mean, maybe you can try it. I wouldn't say that it's wrong. However, that's only one vote. And that's not really the way politics work. You know what I mean? I don't think too many people are going to buy your vote individually because they have no way of knowing whether you actually voted for them or not. It's like a trust issue. So, like Biden might say, all right, yeah, I'll give you $500 if you vote for me. And then you go vote for Trump. Like, fuck Biden. We got him. We got him, Don. We got him. So when it comes to politics, it's not about who's going to give you something. It's about who you gave to. So the donors are the ones who get all the political favors. Why do you think the LGBTQ got so much from Obama and Biden? They gave mad dough. Like, people don't seem to understand that shit. Like, yo, Obama and Biden didn't give to they didn't give rights to the LGBTQ because they just believe in all that gay shit. They don't give a fuck about that. They gave them money. They are solely responsible for them becoming president. They had to get paid back. They lobby in Washington every day. They giving out mad dough. They paying for what they want. And in politics, it's about paying to play. But not for your vote. They figure, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. You gave $5 million to my campaign. If that ain't a vote for me, I don't know what is. But that $5 million is going to allow me to be able to pay for advertising, travel, expenses for campaign personnel and all of that kind of shit. So voters are one thing. I'll be able to get other people to vote for me, even if you don't, with this $5 million. Mm-hmm. Stacey White says, that was during the time I had my accident. Yeah, man. You know, psychologically, you can't unsee what you see, what you saw, I should say. You can't unhear what you heard. You can't unknow what you know or what you learned. And you really might try to do just that. I know we've all tried it. We call it putting it out of our head, moving on, getting past it, whatever. We encourage other people to do it, and we struggle with it our own selves. It's like if somebody dies, somebody that you really cared about, and they die. Yeah, you have to move on, and you're going to try to move on as quickly as possible. But you're also never going to be able to stop living with the memory of what they meant to you while they were here, and maybe even details of their passing. I know that for a fact. My man died, my best friend died May 15th of this year. And I haven't been able to stop thinking, like, why did he have to die? I mean, he got sick and died. Well, he had a heart condition because he kept smoking weed, wouldn't stop smoking weed, but it wasn't the weed that killed him. It was the blunts that he rolled the weed with. So the nicotine, once again, cigarettes strikes again. But he wouldn't stop. You think I haven't questioned myself every day, like, why wouldn't you stop? Don't you want to live? Don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to be out of pain? Don't you want to be out of crisis? Don't you want to be here to see your kids grow up? Don't you want to be here? Don't you want to be here to be here for your family, your wife, your people, your friends? Don't you want to have fun again? Don't you want to enjoy life? Don't you want to have quality of life? Well, evidently his quality of life was huffing L's all day. And blunts. So I'm like, well, you know what I mean? The doctor gave you 6 months to a year to live. If you got to stop smoking a blunt. Smoke it out of a pipe. Smoke it out of a hookah. Smoke it out of a bong. Use the edibles. It's the nicotine that's fucking you up. He didn't do it. So I got to live with, did I push him hard enough to do it? Was I attentive enough? Was there anything I could have done? There probably wasn't. There obviously wasn't. I can't stop the inevitable from happening. We all have to die, but why do we have to die on a certain timeline when we have other options? Why? Well, these are the same. It's the same thing as when you see somebody that you care about caring for somebody else, and you see it in a text message, or you see it in a DM, or you see them physically talking to somebody, walking with somebody, under the arm of somebody, sitting, having dinner, having a good time with somebody. You might have just seen them smile with somebody. You know how you maybe you're the type that makes your man or your woman smile. You know what I mean? When you come around, you can do certain things, tell certain jokes, or maybe they are just so smitten with you. Then when they see you, they just give you that. And you know the power that you have over them to make them feel good, to make them smile. And then you see them smile over somebody else. Wait, this is for me. You can't be giving to him. This is my shit, not his shit. What are you doing? So, yeah, we can try to turn our feelings off all we want. But seeing somebody that you care about care for somebody else, that'll give you a little PTSD. That shit can fuck you up. And it can fuck you up for a good little minute. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. We are talking about how it felt when you saw their text messages to somebody else. How it felt. How it felt. All right. Hold on. Johnny West says, do you know how your town sucks? Wait, do you know how your town sucks when they use another town's distance and direction to let people know where your town is? Oh, man. Listen, man, that's beyond our control, man. That's beyond our control. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at least that ain't personal. What we talking about is when it gets personal. Somebody is directly hurting you. Maybe they didn't mean to do it, but you know your secrets will, it'll get in there. It'll get in there. Hold on. So, yeah. Stacey White says, I take that back, Omar. I saw my ex-boyfriend writing my name. By then, I got over him on Facebook. Pound dog. Okay. I'm not sure if I understood that. I saw my boyfriend writing my I'm sorry, writing my friend. By then, I got. Oh, okay. Oh. Buckshot says, "Son, you have a great bald head. I feel like it goes with the wisdom. I can't imagine with hair. It feels like a sin." Yo, you got to chill. I had hair, and it was nice hair. It was good hair. But it's gone, and it's like baby teeth. You know, you got baby teeth. It's here for a time, and it's useful when you have them, but once they come out, they ain't coming back. That's my hair. But, you know, shit. The shit they putting in the water and in the food, I don't know what percentage of us is going to be bald. Even women are going bald. Even women are experiencing mad hair loss these days. Yo, they poisoning us in some kind of way. Stacey White says, "My mind, I'll be forgetting stuff because of that food." Making yourself forget. How does that work? I can push it out of my mind. We say it. Some people claim that they really can do it, but can they? Can they? Have I grown accustomed to the taste of the cola ring? I don't drink anything that doesn't taste good. I don't eat anything that I don't think tastes good. So I made it taste the way I needed it to taste in order for me to drink it every day. Because I've been drinking that every day since 2014 too. You know, so far so good. But yeah, it tastes good enough. It tastes good. It actually tastes good. You know, there was a time I was thinking about marketing it. You know, there's a lot to that. Maybe one day. Shirley Cheryl says, "LOL, Buckshot. Now you got me remembering pics of his afro." Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. See if I can find some pictures. I know there are pictures of me with hair. With hair. Let me see. Um, why aren't these in? That's weird. These pictures are supposed to be sectioned off in groups. So where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Oh, maybe down over here where it says albums. You think that'll help? Let me see. Which album do I have them in? Which album? Wait a minute. Not that one. Not that one. Okay. Okay. This is me as a baby boy. A baby boy. The crib baby boy. And this is me at age 16, 1986 with my big sis. So you see I used to have a big high top fade. No mustache, no nothing. Straight boyish looks. You know? And that's how my hair looked when I was growing up. I'm a skinny kid running around the streets of Philly, working, trying to get fly, trying to get my shit off. You see that? That's a Swatch watch on my arm. That's a Swatch watch. That's to keep them. And let me see. This is at my brother's. Let me see. I'll turn it around. All right. That's my baby brother's high school graduation, which was a few weeks before my college graduation. So that's me at age 22. I wasn't 23 yet. It was during the summer of 1993. So yeah. As you can see, I've been wearing chains for a long time. You see the thick herringbone? You know what I mean? That's 1993. Let's see. This is me cooling out with my cousins. This was, I think this was 1993 too, while I was still in school. That's my cousin, who's that next to me? That's my cousin, Mia. That's my cousin, Mia, sitting next to me. And that's my other cousin, not Angie, Nisi. Yeah, so. With the Carl Kanai. So yeah, I had hair. So nah, I wasn't, you know. When you hold on, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is me. About 8 years old at Brigantine Castle. There was this little resort called Brigantine Castle. It was a haunted house in Brigantine, New Jersey. Brigantine Beach, New Jersey. And that was me chilling with one of the monsters in the haunted house. I was not scared at all. I was not, as you can see, they was like, what the hell is going on here? I was like, come on, man. Anything I pay for, I have no fear. If you look close enough, no, you can't really see it. Hold on, I was gonna say the one of the two front teeth are missing. You see the little hole there? Is this a little hole? I don't know. This is an old Polaroid picture, so it's hard to see any of the resolution. And I think I'm about 4 or 5 years old, 3, 4, 5 years old, right there. Me with the baby afro. And last but not least, here I am chilling, 25 years old, up the Belmont Plateau, on the back of my truck, cold cooling in the place, couldn't tell me nothing. And I mean nothing. Like, shit, I got it going on. What's the 411, hun? What's the 411? I got it going on. I said, you got it going on. All right. So, yeah. That's that. That's that. That's that. Oh, yeah, on that one picture. Yeah, kind of like D-Nice. Kind of like that. Let me see. Sure, some ream is good, especially with strawberry. Let me see. Johnny West says, God, I don't think I'll ever go bald. Shave my head for basketball camp one year, and everybody called me yogurt raisin head. Yeah, well, I would have never shaved it on my own. I went when I didn't have a choice anymore. I had to get used to it. Wasn't no turning back. I cut my hair down low. Was rocking the 360 waves and all of those shit. Yeah, like I said, sure it's like a brand new ream, or do you have to make it? Good luck with that. No, that was 1993, not 1983. 1983, I was only 12 or 13. So what age were you when you owned the apartment? I was 18 when I moved in. It was the summer of '89, and I was 28. I was 29 when I said bye-bye. 18 to 29, but I was about to turn 19. It was July 19th. My birthday is August 12th. So I moved out when I was 18, just about to turn 19. And Buckshot says, you look like you had them hands. I didn't fight a lot. I fought when I had to, just like now. I come in peace. If you fuck with me, I'm gonna piece you out. I'm sure the show says, Buck, you can make it home. The 8-year-old pic you showed, you had a huge smile. Dang, man, that's a cool picture. Yeah, we all got history. But it is what it is. And I'll say this: it's hard to deal with somebody else's problems, somebody else's issues, or somebody else's experiences when you haven't dealt with your own. And each of those pictures that I showed you, you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? It can be worth the words that you attach to it. So what's in this drink? This is tea. See, that's a canvas tea bag in there and a piece of lemon. There's honey in here, the good raw honey. But in the tea bag is dandelion root. Not echinacea. Spearmint, mullein, and red clover. I think it's more than that. No, that's it. red clover, dandelion, root, spearmint, and mullein. So yeah, I don't drink regular tea. None of that caffeine stuff. Sure husband said Omar Buck wanted to know where you make it yourself, the video on the ream. It's which video is that? Which video is that? Let me see. DG 78. Wait, 78. Okay, it's called Colon Ream Natural Daily Colon Cleanse, DG number 78. All right. Colon Ream Natural Daily Colon Cleanse, DG 78. That'll show you how to make it from beginning to end. Step by step. Slowly I turn. Where we at? We at a minute 26. Yo, we about to get on up out of here. I don't know if we really covered this topic the way I wanted to, but fuck it. Sometimes you have to go the way the people want you to go, and evidently y'all wanted to go a certain direction. So I'm all right with it. Listen, I don't have to be a tyrant. I don't have to be like, oh no, we got to talk about this. Fuck it. Sometimes you get there by bus. Sometimes you get there by train. As long as you get there and you get there on time, you all right. You all right. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. Yes, we are. We're about to do these birthday shout outs, and everything is going to be all right after that. Everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be. Yes, it will. Everything is going to be all right, and everything. Yes, it. What? Everything is going to be all right. Everything is.
90 seconds.
Everything is going to be all right. Are you doing one tonight? Tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. 1 p.m. on the weekends, Eastern Standard Time. 1 a.m. on the weekdays, Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow we'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 10 o'clock for you, Buck. Because you on the West Coast. The West Coast. So let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 12th. No, I'm sorry, July 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Sade Gamble, happy birthday to you. And also Juanita DeBose, my girl. She used to be the neighbor that lived across the street from my mom. And Clyde McIntyre, my cuz. Happy birthday, cuz. And also Pam Williams, going all the way back to the 1989 Penn State Stand Up. And, oh shit, that's it. She's last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, man, when you can't unsee what you saw, unhear what you heard, unlearn what you know, undo what you done. You got to deal with the fallout. Seeing somebody that you care about carousing, messing around, dealing with, having connections with, having relations with. We a lot of times take things to the extreme. Like, yo, I caught my girl cheating. I seen her in bed with another dude or whatever. I thought I was going to have to. There was definitely going to be court dates. But other things can gnaw at you. Like I said, if you feel guilty about seeing what you saw, or you're trying to keep it to yourself, or you're trying to deal with it internally, or you're trying to figure it out for yourself some kind of way, it can really, really take a toll. Sometimes it can take a toll on your, of course, it can take a toll on your emotional health, but sometimes it can take a toll on your physical health too. They always say, man, your secrets are your sickness. 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 And with the quickness, you got pissed off because this girl got thickness. And you thought that she was thick for you, but she's thick for another dude that she calls boo. In her phone, she got him as Big Peter Pete. Big Peter Pete. Yo, we was going out to eat tonight, but I think we're going to stay in. We got some things to talk about, and I got to get it out right now. And I thought I was down like a submarine, but you showed me that I don't mean as much to you as I thought that I did. It ain't really personal. It's designed for me, kid. And I think that I'm going to handle it in another way. I'm going to talk to you today. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give me till 1:30. Give me till 1:30 and we be all right. I just need till 1:30 and we be all right. All right? Give me that solid. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And most of all, make sure that y'all have a great day, wonderful day. Do the things that you have to do, get them out of the way, then do all of the things that you want to do. But make sure that the things that you want to do are positive. Make sure that you're always helping, never hurting. Unless they hurt you first. And still don't go to the extreme. So, Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. 1, 2. On the other side, my boobas. You came through. On the other side, yo, peace, y'all. All right. Subscribe, like, peace.